Where is he? You've got a patient here from County Jail.
Excuse me, folks. No one else on.
John Brennan's life is ordinary, steady, and quietly fulfilling. He is a community college literature professor who believes in routine, honesty, and the simple joy of returning home every day to his wife, Laura, and their young son, Luke. Their mornings are rushed but warm, their evenings familiar and comforting. Nothing in John's life suggests chaos or violence, and nothing prepares him for how suddenly everything will collapse. One ordinary morning, as John and Laura are getting ready for work, police officers arrive at their home. Laura is arrested for the murder of her boss, a crime she insists she did not commit. In a matter of minutes, their normal life is ripped apart, replaced by disbelief, fear, and confusion. The evidence against Laura seems overwhelming. She had a public argument with her boss the night before his death, her fingerprints are found on the murder weapon, and witnesses place her near the scene. Despite her repeated claims of innocence, the court convicts her, and she is sentenced to life in prison. John sits helplessly in the courtroom, stunned by how quickly the legal system has closed in on the woman he loves. He wants to believe that the truth will eventually surface, that an appeal will fix everything, but as the years pass, it becomes painfully clear that the system is not interested in reopening Lara's case. The appeals fail one by one, and hope slowly drains away. John takes on the responsibility of raising Luke alone while also maintaining his job. He visits Lara regularly in prison, trying to reassure her and himself that things will change. Lara, however, grows increasingly hopeless. Prison hardens her, drains her spirit, and she begins to fear that she will never see her son grow up outside of prison walls. During one visit, she confesses to John that she has attempted suicide, unable to bear the thought of spending the rest of her life locked away for a crime she did not commit. This moment becomes a turning point for John. He realizes that waiting for justice is no longer an option. If the system will not free Lara, then he will have to do it himself. At first, the idea seems absurd. John is not a criminal. He has no experience with violence, weapons, or planning anything illegal. But desperation pushes him beyond his comfort zone. He begins researching prison escapes, reading books, watching videos, and analyzing real-life cases of inmates who managed to break free. Most attempts fail, and many end in death, but John studies them obsessively, searching for patterns and possibilities. He approaches lawyers, private investigators, and experts, hoping someone can uncover new evidence to clear Lara's name. When all these efforts fail, his focus narrows to one dangerous path. Knowing he is completely unprepared, John seeks help from someone who understands crime from the inside. He contacts Damon Pennington, a hardened ex-convict who has escaped from prison multiple times. Damon agrees to meet John, but only after making it clear that this will not be easy or clean. During their tense conversations, Damon dismantles John's romantic notions of escape. He explains that success depends on meticulous planning, absolute commitment, and a willingness to hurt or be hurt. Damon tells John bluntly that if he hesitates at any point, Lara will be caught, and their son will be left without both parents. Under Damon's guidance, John begins transforming himself. He learns how to create fake identities, forge documents, and move undetected. He practices lockpicking and studies prison layouts. He starts running to build endurance and trains himself to think quickly under pressure. Every step forces him further away from the man he once was. At the same time, he must maintain the appearance of a normal life to avoid suspicion. He continues teaching, attending school events for Luke, and visiting Lara, all while secretly preparing for a crime that could destroy them all if it fails. John's plan becomes increasingly complex. He needs money, untraceable cash, to fund their escape and life on the run. When legal means are not enough, he turns to crime, staging a fake drug deal and robbing dangerous criminals to get the cash he needs. These encounters push him into violent territory he never imagined he would enter. Each criminal act leaves him shaken, but he convinces himself that the end justifies the means. Every risk is taken for one reason, to save Lara and keep their family together. As the escape plan nears completion, John carefully manipulates events to create the right conditions. He arranges for Lara to be transferred temporarily outside the prison under the pretense of a medical emergency. This part of the plan relies on precise timing and deception, with no room for error. On the day everything is set to happen, John's anxiety reaches its peak. He knows that once he starts, there is no turning back. Failure will mean prison or death, not just for him, but possibly for Lara as well. When the plan is put into action, chaos erupts almost immediately. Small mistakes begin to snowball, forcing John to improvise. He faces police checkpoints, unexpected witnesses, and technical problems that threaten to expose him. The calm, methodical planning gives way to frantic decision-making. John discovers that no amount of preparation can fully account for reality. Each obstacle forces him to push himself further, becoming more ruthless and decisive than ever before. John manages to free Lara during the transfer, but their escape is anything but smooth. They are hunted relentlessly by law enforcement, with surveillance footage and witness reports narrowing the search. Lara is shocked by the lengths John has gone to for her, struggling to reconcile the gentleman she married with the hardened figure he has become. At the same time, she understands that everything he has done is an act of love and desperation. Their conversations are brief and tense as they focus on survival. As they flee with Luke, the pressure intensifies. Police close in, borders tighten, and every wrong move could expose them. John must rely on the skills he learned from Damon, using disguises, false identities, and misdirection to stay ahead. He sacrifices sleep, comfort, and any sense of moral certainty. The man who once believed in rules and justice now operates entirely outside them, guided only by his determination to protect his family. During the final stretch of their escape, John makes a crucial decision that puts everything at risk but also offers their only chance at freedom. He stages events to mislead the authorities, creating the illusion that Lara has fled in a different direction. This act requires him to confront his deepest fears and accept that he may not make it out unscathed. The tension reaches its peak as police swarm the area, unaware that John's carefully constructed deception is unfolding right in front of them. In the end, John's plan succeeds. He manages to get Lara and Luke safely out of the country, using forged documents and false identities to slip through the cracks. As they finally reach a place of temporary safety, the weight of everything they have endured settles in. They are free, but their freedom comes at a cost. They must live under new names, always cautious, always aware that their past could catch up with them at any moment. In a final revelation, it becomes clear that Lara was indeed innocent, confirming what John believed all along. The movie closes on a quiet moment, far removed from the chaos that defined their escape.